Hey guys, I'm going to do just a quick update here on a case that most of you know that I've covered before, Christian Andreacchio. This is Whitley Goodman, and an update on her. She was currently arrested January 5th this year on several drug charges. They could only list the first three: drug equipment possession, drug possession, and DUI in Florida, where she's been living for a few years. Now, just a quick rundown of Christian's case. This happened in 2014, and Christian left work to go kick out his then girlfriend here, Whitley Alexis Goodman, from his apartment. He wanted to get his home life together and was supposed to go back to work. And I'll do another more in-depth video of this, but to do that, I need to dig into the case again because it's been a couple months for me. But the husband and I, Mr. Cher, aka Prairie Boy 77, this is a case that really weighs heavy on his heart too, and so we're gonna dig into this. It doesn't matter, I guess, how many people want to pull themselves away, or not even pull yourselves away from the Chris Watts case, but just give a few minutes into this case, because I promise you there's just as many twists and turns, So a quick rundown. Christian had gone home in 2014 and he was going to kick Whitley out. Whitley then says that he got home and decided to hold a gun to his head and make her profess her love for him. And apparently he then shot himself. Now that's story one, okay? There's the husband making a video, baby. Okay, so anyways, so remember, he left work and he told work, and a lot of his co-workers had said, yeah, he was being blown up. And finally Christian's like, I just got to go home. Let me get my home life in order and I'll be back. So he told work he was going to be back. And again, I'll remind everybody, this was a job that he dreamed about having. So he had his dream job and was on track for the goals that he put forth for himself at a very young age. So again, story number one with Whitley was just a couple hours after Chris got home. Remember, he was going home to kick her out and to take his BMW back. And then he was going back to work. A job that was his dream job that he wanted since he was little, okay? So Whitley's first story was Christian got there and he had a gun to his head trying to tell Whitley that she needed to confess her love for him. Okay, well, it doesn't really align to him going home to kick her out, right? And that's what everyone knew. And another thing that comes to my mind is prior to the murders, I'm going to go ahead again and say, yes, murders. I do not believe Christian committed suicide, as the 45-minute investigation would like us to believe in Mississippi. Christian had told his mother prior to this that if anything was to happen to him or he was to go missing, that she needed to go look for him. So I think that's also very bizarre. Currently, Whitley Goodman is in a $47 million lawsuit with Christian's mom and dad and family for saying that she was a part of a murder and for talking to a podcast that is saying that she's also a part of a murder. However, Christian's family paid out of pocket themselves for their own investigation and also for two separate medical examiners, and one who is very great medical examiner who did the Boston bombing and also worked in the 90s, that whole, I think, the SARS outbreak. So he's a pretty popular medical examiner who said none of this aligns with a suicide. It just doesn't add up. And then another medical examiner says too, but for some reason Mississippi isn't listening to that and still has it under a suicide. Now, really quick, Christian was found over the bathtub, kneeling and with his head in the tub, and with a gunshot on the right side of his head. Christian was left-handed. and the gun was found on the outside of the tub, wedged between his calf, I believe, and the outside of the base of the tub. Again, he was left-handed, and the gun was found on the outside of the tub, decocked, and wedged between his calf and the base of the tub. So that's also interesting. Really quick, there was evidence that the family brought in, because as we've learned from Angela Cannon's case, sometimes the family doesn't have the funds or the help to get the forensic cleanup that they need after something horrible like a murder happening. As we know, Angela had to go in and clean up her own daughter and grandson's blood. And unfortunately, this is the same result for Christian's family. Christian's family had to go into the apartment and clean up the crime scene. That's when they found a bloody shirt wedged behind the toilet, never taken. Also a bloody knife. Now those things have disappeared out of police evidence, and the family did bring them to the police. Now this is things that are going around where Whitley can say the family planted it, right? Because they're in there cleaning up the mess themselves. So that's just planted evidence. Well, now there is in the reports as well, it's in there. There was blood up on the stairs and into the hallway leading into the bathroom. So if he bent over a bathtub and shot himself, why then would there be blood leading up to the bathroom? Again, makes no sense. I'm always had a theory that he was stabbed, maybe walking up into the stairs or something like that, and the bloody knife is gone. So again, I'll get more detailed as I go and dig back into the case and get everything out there, but just an update. Also, Mr. Scher is doing a live stream on Friday evening. I think it's at 7 Central. The link will be for that live stream pinned in the comments, and I hope to see everyone there. One thing that really bothers both me and Mr. Scher is that everyone is just so stuck on the Watts case that they don't leave any room for another case. And that isn't true crime. That's something very smart that he actually said to me just last night, that that's not true crime. True crime, we care about the cases. And I thought that we were all into this because we cared about making a difference and helping families get closure. At least that's what I care about, and that's what I want. That's true crime, a real person in true crime to me. That's how I got my start, was trying to be helpful, trying to give people closure, trying to make a difference. And right now, we're not going to make a difference in the Watts case. It's crazy. But again, I want to remind everyone, this is a case that we can make a difference in. We can give a family closure. This is a case that the family is begging to keep going. This was just on 48 hours a couple days ago. So the case keeps kind of getting picked up in traction, and then it kind of falls off. And I don't like that. So I know this case is very near and dear to my husband's heart too. So you're going to see a lot of it from us. And we really hope that you guys get on board and help, because just imagine, look at the things that we have all cracked and broke on Watts Island, right? So could you imagine if we all put our heads together on this case that is open, this case that we could make a difference on? Could you imagine the outcome that is possible? Just put that all in your heads. Give it a chance, and I really hope to see you guys Friday night on the husband's channel. Again, that will be linked in the comments below. Love you guys. Bye.